Need something to do. This little kickback.
It's that Friday night thing. Chillin' with my girls in my new J. Feeling good, but ain't looking for a new babe. Head down to Taylor Lobs, cause I'm up the street. Real talk, no lie. Feeling in my soul, that's a good vibe. Hoping it's the right people chillin' inside. If they ain't, then I'll dip straight out to sight. Don't even try, I just do me and I still be fly. Okay, we gon' see it's jumping. It ain't too crowded, music is bumping. Hit that, yeah. Do my dance, that for a minute. Millie rock, hands still spinning. Crisscross, pop for a second. Now I'm chillin'. Grab your line, now hit that. G, where it's at, we in there. Where is the navy address? We bout to hit the kickback, yeah. We bout to hit the kickback, yeah. We bout to hit the kickback, yeah. Hand me the navy address, yeah.
Alright, welcome to Humidor Shop Talk, and of course, again, we are live.
Yes, sir.
This is our Talking Smoke segment. Say hi to Facebook, everybody.
What up, Facebook?
Make sure if you're not subscribed to Humidor TV on YouTube and become members of that Humidor Shop Talk page, have a whole lot of stuff going on there. So, we all know the stuff that's been going on this week. So this is the segment where we talk about the hottest topics. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time about some of the madness and the crazy bullshit that's been going on. So let's start with Jamal Lyons on Empire.
Do we have to?
Who want to kick it off?
He dead.
Ask him what you want to ask him.
He the one in the coffin. Season over.
He ain't dead. Come on,
He
buddy.
is.
About to be. My question is, what did he do all this for? What logical reason did he have to come up with this type of lie during Black History Month in Chicago? We already have enough bullshit going on for this motherfucker bring his stinking ass here and do some dumb shit like this.
During election time.
The alleged excuse was because he was battling with the show for increase in salary. But that's what you have agents for. You ain't supposed to take it upon yourself to do it. And then put yourself and others at risk for foolery that you did. Like they said, you took time away from the police department that could have been handling other things here. You made up and then you allegedly attack yourself. But the dumbest shit is, you allegedly write a check.
Ain't no alleged.
You write a check. Who does that?
What's your name?
You clearly ain't from the hood.
Okay. Now wait. You touched on something. The police took away from the time that the police had to spend on this case. Did the police have to focus on this? Was it really that shit? With all the murders going on here, the unsolved murders, and another topic gonna come up about the missing girls. Why was this such a big deal? I know he's an entertainer, but why was all that?
I
agree with you. I agree with you.
You just answered your
With all the murders and stuff on there, we wouldn't want them to focus on that. But there's two things that made them focus on it. First of all, it was from the LGBT community that he put it out there. That's number one. Yep. Number two, he's black. So they made it also a racial thing. So with that going on, they had no choice but to focus in on it.
And it gave national notoriety at the same time.
And the police figured out he lied to him. So it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing to them. That's why the police chief was so pissed off at him, because they lied. So now I gotta come get you. I gotta figure this out. I'm gonna holler at the guys. The guys say you paid them. I gotta get you because it's embarrassing. You lied to us. The whole thing was a hoax.
Well, he went and blasted the police department too.
I'll break it down for you. All of this had nothing to do with racial or anything. This all had to do with the financial stability of Chicago, because if you have actors, stars that are coming to shoot movies here, they have to feel like they're protected. So that's why I went up to the top of the chain, because this was not for just right now. That's for future business when movies coming in Chicago.
I agree.
If these stars don't feel protected, they're not coming here.
And
that hurts the finances of Chicago.
And Chicago has become a very large movie hub in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Is that my Roger Thomas
And
income?
not just movies, TV series.
Yeah.
No, you have Chicago PD, Fire, Man, all of them.
Just
Chicago.
They must feel protected.
Yeah, they got a new one coming called The Red Line. There's a bunch of shows going on here.
But don't y'all agree, man? This is a form of mental health in another way. Like to say mental health is real.
No.
It is.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
You can have mental health problems where you can go shoot up. You could go shoot up a school. You can go shoot up your employees. You got fired at work. But then you could be mentally healthy. You could be mentally. Think about it, man. If you stage your own letter, you get upset because you didn't get the attention you thought it should get. So now you stage your own ass whooping. Right? Like something is wrong with you, bro. That's mentally fucked up.
No. That's you being selfish and having a head.
But you gotta be mentally fucked up to do it.
No.
It's selfish, I agree, but y'all don't think that's mentally fucked up?
That's about as dumb as people taping themselves on Facebook committing crime.
Exactly.
That's dumb. There's a difference between stupidity and mental illness.
Right. He was completely aware of his senses. He knew exactly what he was doing. There was nothing
premeditated and everything.
There was nothing that had anything to do with mental about it. You know, he just stupid. That's all.
I personally think he just, and it's no disrespect to the LGBT,
LGBT.
the community. But I think he just tried to play his gay card.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
And he thought his gay card was strong.
Yep.
And it wasn't as strong as he thought, and he played himself on it. Go ahead, Pat.
No, I was just going to read one of the comments on here. Farrell wrote on here, he said it was all for attention. He said it was a failed attempt to possibly get 45 to react and do what we have talked about for months. He said they want to make Chicago ground zero anyway for like the National Guards and stuff.
Yep.
Make a little sense.
That's a great point.
Good point, A to the D, good point.
That's a great point. Alright, so that's enough about Jussie. What else happened? R. Kelly went to jail yesterday. Does anyone care?
Nope.
Not one
Next topic.
red cent.
Next topic. Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, got caught out here trying to buy that thing. Do anybody care?
No.
Yeah, well, you're
Hold on. Wait.
We're talking about my team.
That's team.
My thing is, just because he's a millionaire, he's done nothing. Well, billionaire, he's done nothing that a non-billionaire would do.
Exactly.
Well,
They're just using him, and I'm tired of all these people posting on the post. Man, the Patriots this, and now they doing this, and they cheating, and blah blah blah. It has nothing to do with that because they still got them 6 rings and they still cold. But all he was doing was buying some stuff that other guys do on a regular basis. And it's called going to the strip club.
Well, the whole topic of that was that it was supposed to have been a sting set up for sex trafficking.
That's what I'm going to say. He got caught.
He got caught in
the middle of it. So now it brings up the question of, is he promoting this? Is he supporting this?
No.
Because
At least he paying for it and not taking it.
Y'all gotta look at the bigger picture of it about when it comes to sex trafficking.
But he didn't get into it because of sex trafficking. He just got caught.
Yeah, that ain't sex trafficking.
It had nothing to do with him.
He just wanted a few hours of fun.
That we know of.
He got too much money to be that fool. Come on now. He ain't from this block.
Come on, Gary.
What is that, like a salon or something he goes to?
Yeah, it's a massage parlor.
So is that a massage?
And guess what? We can drive right. We can go down to Chinatown at any given moment. Pay about good, $20-$30? I guess. I don't know. I've never been to one.
Have a happy ending.
I have a happy ending.
How much is it?
And do karaoke.
Actually, it's one on 7130.
Tony Barber worked there.
I'm bullshit.
Hold on.
So hold on, because this is the whole sex trafficking thing is a nice segue into one thing we really want to discuss that's not getting media attention.
That's right.
Is the black girls that are coming up missing.
Young black girls.
Yes.
Young black girls constantly coming up missing, and we aren't getting any media attention. Honestly, if it wasn't for social media, we wouldn't have a damn clue what was going on. So, we pulled some information up, and right now the count is, they're saying 75,000 black women, adult women and girls are missing in this country.
That's just in the U.S.
In this country. And I think Texas has the highest rate. Now there's different, people asking different questions. Some are saying it's the organ thing. It's for organs, and some feel like it's sex trafficking. So, how do you feel about the media not giving this any attention?
Because they black. Simple. There's a simple answer. Because they're black. If these had been them little lily white girls, with their pigtails and shit, it'd have been all over everything, discussed on every news outlet, cable outlet, Espanol, everything.
But if it's happening, if it's happening in Texas, 9 times out of 10, there ain't no little sisters. That's the little Mexican girls.
It's happening everywhere.
Minorities.
Right, it's minority.
It's minority.
But I will say this: the little white girl that came up missing in Wisconsin was a national story, right? Her parents got killed or whatever, and she came up missing. That was a national story every day. Correct. These stories here are not hitting the national news. Right. Not even really the local.
But you know what pushes that? The parents that have lost a child to this, they push it and they pushing it and they push it. They go into the media. That's not being done universal. I'm not going to say it's a black, white, Hispanic thing. This is something that is happening all over the United States.
It is,
and it's all about the people that want young black girls, young black Asians, and it's all over, man. It's a market for this. It's a horrible market, but there are a lot of people out here that pay to play, and they have they like a young black girl. They like an Asian girl. So that's they come in the Midwest to get these young black girls to fill a need within that trafficking. They go to, it's happening in Asia, it's happening in Mexico, it's happening all over. So this is a rampant thing that is going over all over the nation.
Right.
I don't think it's getting enough social media because, for one, we don't have any social media outlets. The people that control the social media outlets are the Caucasians, and the people that are making these people disappear are the Caucasians. And this has been going on for years. It goes all the way back to slavery. You know, we never had the control of social media. And they have the control of social media. And I'm not going to draw attention to something that I'm doing. Exactly. We're not going out here as blacks kidnapping little black girls. You ain't got no Mexicans kidnapping little black girls.
Hell no, we got enough of them.
You got Caucasians out here because everybody knows biologically our genes are the strongest. So it's not just an organ thing. They're taking these kids, they're taking these young girls for sex. When they can't use it for sex no more, they become maids. You know, and it's a bigger thing. There's a ring that I can speak on personally that happened just here in Richmond Park with my niece. My niece was involved in it. And they are targeting these young girls through these social media groups. And the reason they get away with it is because we as black parents don't monitor our children.
Right.
You know, we use these social media outlets as babysitters. Right. And instead of us going on there and saying, hey, what is this, what is this group about? What is this going on? And they were able to trace this ring back to India.
Where you going? Who you going? I'm gonna drop you off and pick you up, and I need to meet the parents of whoever you gonna be. But
Hold on.
I wanted to read a comment from guest 654. They are also raping and taking big sweaty truck drivers. Also. Good point, guest.
Okay, so let's look at it from the other side, okay? Because I know it's easy for us to sit here and say it's because they black and this, that, and other. But what if it's, and I'm not saying I'm advocating this or whatever, how they doing it, but there are also millions of runaways. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Millions of runaways, kids that run away from home on their own.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So is the media being a little careful that every kid that ran away, they are causing this public, this big public alarm because we thinking they are being kidnapped because kids run away.
No.
Kids have been running away. Kids have been running away a long time. A lot of millions of runaways.
Yes, they do. They cry wolf a lot.
We're not saying they're not runaways, but here's the thing. It goes back to what Ben said. If my child is missing and I file a report, even if I think my child has ran away, guess what? I'm right back in your face every 24 hours. Where is my child? What are you doing to look for my child?
I'm pretty sure they all do that, but what I'm talking about from the media side, they aren't putting this on the news because they are trying to stir up this big public outcry, and some kid just ran off to be with their little boyfriend for a couple of days.
Well, look at the little girl that was missing from, I want to say the south suburb. And come to find out they found her over in Jeffrey Manor. And she just ran away. She actually left school and they found her like 2-3 days later and she made the news. But they never said anything when she was found.
Exactly.
You know, and she willingly left. So it's a lot of kids out there that cry wolf. And it's a lot of, and it's more young ladies that's coming up missing.
But as parents, if I tell you, if I come to the law and say my child is missing, I am concerned and need your help in finding my child. Whether they run away, I'll beat their ass when they get back to the house. I'll take care of that. But in the interim, I need your help in finding my child.
But see, you just said the right thing. It's your child. A lot of those other groups, they put their own committees together. They get into their own, they say, hey, my neighbors, we gonna get together, we gonna go look for this kid. They don't rely on the law.
But if a group or a church comes to the
law, but the law can only do so much. They can only do so much. You see, you gotta remember, that's a job for them. That's a job for any police house. That's 8 hours. When his 8 hours is up, he going home like you going home.
Okay, but then fine, do your 8-hour diligence and help the community find this child. And if she's somewhere off, if she's somewhere, no, I'm not saying that they don't.
They only do so much.
Right, they can only do so much. But if I'm coming to you as a community, and we're saying all of us are looking for this child, we need your help in finding this child.
Once a child comes up missing, it's 72 hours.
Yes.
72 hours.
They have to wait.
Just in case they do.
If a child is gone more than 72 hours,
then
you are not
the little white girl that was kidnapped by the guy was on 72 hours when she started getting the news, and then hers was constant news.
Yeah, but still on time, the actual law is a 72-hour time. Right. The actual law is a 72-hour wait before you contact the law enforcement because. Is it 48?
Yeah.
But at 72, after the 72th hour, it is hard to find a child because now that person could be
on the other side of
the other side of the world.
What the 48 hours is just in case they have just ran away to their friend's house. I kind of got a personal experience off of that one too. My daughter's youngest sister ran away from home. I mean, it was terrible. The whole family was in uproar. Everybody trying to find her. Nobody could find her. And about 2 days later, when it was time to go to the police, she pops up. She pops up. She ran away from home because her and her mother were constantly getting into it.
Right. Now, it's not 24 hours anymore, it's 72 hours?
No.
48 hours.
48 hours. So now, just like we saying, we want the police to jump on and do their job, but we also getting on him about the Jussie Smollett thing because they put too much attention on that and not the killings and things like that, right? So every time a child gets mad because they don't want to be punished or they want to slap them upside the head, they run away, and now we got to put a whole task force together to find out this little mother just ran over one of his friends' houses or something like that, right? So we got to kind of we need to get in the middle on things. We put a lot of pressure on cops. And this is where I want to go because I know a lot of cops, real cool people, real good people, right? And cops really have it bad because with their job, they can't be reactive.
Yep.
But then they have to wait until a crime is actually committed, and then we claim they're not doing their job.
Right.
But if we snatch them up because they look suspicious, now you're racial profiling.
Right.
So let's stop jumping down cops' throats. That's a hard ass job. I wouldn't want it for shit.
Let me tell you on that.
Hold on. I looked it up. Missing person is 24 hours.
To be considered
missing person.
However, if a person is missing for 72 hours, it is hard to find them. So they try to find somebody within 72 hours.
Okay.
After that, it's damn near impossible.
So you're saying 24 hours to report a missing person.
Right.
What else you saying?
And then during that 72-hour period, they try to find them because it's very hard after the 72 hours.
Well, back
to
piggyback off what you're saying, you're right. They're damned if they do, damned if they don't. You know what I mean? Like if it's your situation, you expect them to handle it. Like Tatiana said, I'm coming to you, my child is missing, whatever, right? But then if you stop and you stop a motherfucker, you ain't had no business stopping him, and he didn't do anything wrong or whatever. Now you, like you said, you raise your profile. They kind of damn if they do, damn if they don't. You're right. It's a tough job to be a cop.
True.
But it just seems like in our communities, man, we don't police our own like we did back in the day. We don't. So now it gets out of control, and now, hey, you the cop, you fix it.
Right.
You know, find my child, or stop these motherfuckers from hanging out on the street, or in front of my house, or right. So now the cops have to fix everything.
Right.
And we don't police our own communities like we used to. It ain't no big mamas on the block no more. It ain't no, you know what I mean? Like it ain't no. It's no fixing our own anymore.
Come on, Pat.
So they go right back to what we said on the last Shop Talk. It start in the house.
But again, if it starts in the house, you got people that are parents in the house. They just sperm and egg donors.
Okay, so it goes back to what I said. It starts in the house.
As
You need real parents in the house. You need real parents in the house. You need real neighbors that are parents, so they can do just like when we was coming up. Parenting, community being parents.
As a society,
looking out for each other. They don't do that anymore.
As a society, we have become some punk ass parents. The reason why I say that is because we're trying to be our kids' friends and not their parents. I'm just speaking in general. Not me, of course. Hell, ask my kids. I'll fuck them up in a minute, and they grown.
DCFS, we don't condone that.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
What it
And
is.
parents are scared of their kids.
Right, and these parents out here scared of their kids. They want to go partying with their kids. They want to be out here twerking with their kids. They want to be smoking and drinking with their kids.
Okay, so it's part of my job to always bring it from the other side, so we can be a little argumentative, right? Mm-hmm. So it's easy for us to say parents, but what none of you little bastards where you told your parents you were going to be at all times.
A lot of times they not.
And a lot of you all did stuff your parents still to this day don't know you did. Now, hold on. Now we got to look at it from another side of it.
Self-accountability.
The things that these kids have, that they have in front of them today is totally different from what we had in front of us. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have shit like that, right? Cause I ain't gonna lie, if I had a camera phone in high school,
it'd have been shit.
Lil D would have been all over the spot. But because it's easy to say what you wouldn't do when you didn't have the option. But these kids have those options. We had to sneak and go break in our parents' case to get a porn tape. Now they put it up on their phone.
Right. But see, the whole thing is just like I was saying. We are not parenting our kids anymore. We're letting the internet parent our kids. We're letting these streets parent our kids. If we get back to that, I don't give a damn. Somebody talk about, oh, you whooping your child. Keep on, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Cause you did bad shit too, though. Coming up,
I did terrible shit.
Okay, hold on. Let me say this. You did bad shit too, right? You just didn't have what they have at their disposal right now. You don't know what you would have did as a kid, and say what you want. Your neighborhood raised you too.
Yes.
True. Right? The neighborhoods are different. Right? Your neighborhood raised you. All that shit. So we real hard, but when it comes down to kids, I'm gonna tell you what I always taught my son. Life is about choices.
Exactly.
I can sit here and be on your ass 24/7.
Thank you.
But when you go out in them streets, you got a choice to make.
Exactly.
My parents told me drugs was bad. I still smoke weed. Right? They still got a choice to make. So let's not always jump down to parents instantly, because these little motherfuckers got a lot more. We didn't have lean when we was coming up. We wasn't drinking lean.
I know you say don't jump on the parents, but There's no reason.
Close.
There's no reason for a 7 or 8 year old to have a cell phone.
There's no reason for it.
Right, I don't have a cell phone.
Come on, Nuno.
Because
I think India and I think we're the only two down here that don't have children, right?
Correct.
Dating somebody now who has older children plus a younger child. But it's like what I see some of the parents aren't doing. You just give your kid a cell phone, tell them to go in the room, and they're on their phones in the car. Yeah. They're on their phones in the bathroom. Yep. They're on their phones in the bedroom. They don't even watch TV anymore. So how is it that you can't blame the parents, because the parents are the ones that give them the phones. Like you said, at 7 years old.
There's no way.
What happened to reading books?
And then
if you're the parent, force your kid to read a book. Give them a test and say, okay, what was this chapter about? That means that you have to do the work as a parent to monitor your kid and some of these
everything y'all saying is true. But you're also looking at, you say, if everybody in your kid's class got a cell phone and they texting, and your kid don't.
You know what?
My kids.
Wait. Just listen what I'm saying. And your kid does not. You don't know what effect. It's still awkward. Like I said, it's everything around you raised you.
It's true, right?
Right? Everything around you raised you. It was not just your parents.
That's true.
Right? Just like when Atari first came out. Remember when Atari first came out?
Right?
Yeah. If you had an Atari, you was the shit.
But if you didn't,
and if you didn't, use a bump.
Because I didn't have one.
I'm just saying, but I'm talking about when everybody.
I went to school. I went to a private school, my grammar school and high school. These private school kids was pulling up in Benzes. My parents owned Lincolns, or a Cadillac. We didn't have all the money that they had, but my parents was still able to afford for me to go to that school. Right. But I wasn't wearing Jabos until I got older. They wasn't buying me Jabos and Coca-Cola and all them clothes. If I got it, it was a hand-me-down for my cousins now. So I got over it. But as I got older, see, but what I'm saying is I went to school with all of these high-class people, and if I didn't have it, I didn't have it.
Well,
okay, come on.
And some situations are different. When I grew up, I had to grow up quick. So I went to Holy Angels. I was 11, 12, catching a bus from 55th all the way over. But I had to. If there were cell phones back then, I would have had one, because I was out there by myself.
Right.
So in some situations where there's a single mother or a single father, he has to give that kid a cell phone to communicate with them.
That is true.
Because they have to go to work to keep a roof over their
And
child.
there are cell phones that dial 3 numbers.
Yep.
Your mama, and whoever 3 numbers you put in there, that's all they need. And that's all. And if you're a 6 or 7 year old, there is nowhere that you would be at that there should not be a parent, and there should not be another adult.
Okay, but also nowadays the schools give these kids tablets.
Yeah, they do.
All right? And these tablets are wide open. You may not be able to get on adult sites, but you can get onto it whenever you want to get on.
Oh, they gotta get around them blocks.
It's all. I mean, it's many times I said I was going to my boy's house to spend the night just because his parents were less lenient than mine, and we can stay out all night. But my parents didn't play it. I had the parent that cared, and I thought they were full of shit, being mean, right? But you all had their friend. You can go over their house.
We got a comment on Facebook.
So I'll just read the comment from D. She said she has triplets. She said her triplets have cell phones at 9. She said so she keep up with them when they were outside. She said all phones was confiscated at 7. She said it's called monitoring at all times.
Right. But still, if your child is 7, 8, 9 years old, you shouldn't be nowhere that I can't look outside and see you. I should be able to go to that porch and somebody call your name.
Everybody's situation.
Because everybody, if you're a single parent and you have no other, you gotta take care of your kids.
And you ain't got mama, and daddy want to.
But then you breaking the law, because at the age of 7 and 8, you should not be in the house. You're gonna be mad when the police come to your house and somebody that's home.
The difference is we had street lights We didn't have cell phone. We could be wherever, right? But we had street lights.
That's right.
Now these kids, you got cell phones, you got all that.
Shit, it cost
We didn't have
15 seconds for that light to get fully bright.
We had
15 seconds from the time that light went.
Come on.
Well, as far as the phone, as a mother, my son is 14 now. But at an early age, because all my jobs was always outside of Chicago, 2 hours from there, so I always had to have a phone as far as my child. Yes, phones you can monitor from your phone, tablets, everything. But what I learned, because I had an incident with my son at school, elementary school. Yeah, you can get on a computer, tablet, and it's restricted. But them kids is smart enough to go around it.
Yes.
They know how to get around it.
They know how to get on
They
websites, everything.
But see, that's when it went back to the village raising the kids.
Right.
Because when I came up, we didn't have cell phones.
Right.
When you got out of school, Miss Brown, my next door neighbor, knew it took you 15 minutes. And if you wasn't in that house, in 15 minutes, Miss Brown called your mama. When I got in that house, if I didn't use that house phone to call my mama, she called Miss Brown next door. Miss Brown was on the porch.
I got something to say for that one, Nicole. Now, here's the thing
cell
about,
phone.
here's the difference between then and now. Then, we might have had Uncle Chester. But now, you got the neighbor that you can't trust.
Use another name.
Chester, Woodrow, Barney, however the hell you want to call it. You got people in your neighborhood that you cannot trust. I cannot say that if I don't get home till 5 o'clock, my kid get out of school at 3:30. I gave you a key to go straight home and go in the house. Call me when you get in the house, or to call me when you leave the school.
And you know what? Unfortunately, if I left that house and Gwen didn't know it, that was my ass.
That was then. This is now.
It can still be now. Neighbors see everything.
Neighbors see everything, but they ain't finna tell you everything.
In my neighborhood, they will.
That was then.
In my neighborhood now.
Hold on, and so let's look at, okay, I'm gonna keep bringing from other sides. So, you're also dealing with kids with different mindsets, right?
That's true.
We keep hearing about suicide now, right? Kids committing suicide.
Yes.
And what they consider bullying now wasn't shit to us. Right? If you couldn't crack, if you ain't had no good no mama jokes, you had to, or you didn't, if you didn't hit a motherfucker in his face.
Exactly.
We had a song called "Your Mama Don't Wear No Drawers."
That's right. But now that's considered bullying.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. We were talking about the kid. Well, some kids had pro wing. Remember, you had a pair of pro wing. We'll talk about you like it was crazy. Or if you had to take them food stamps to the damn store, we'll talk about you, right? And the kids, but we took it. Our parents were a lot tougher on us, but it also made us tough, right?
Right.
Now we're in a society babies our kids.
Yep.
Society babies the shit out of them.
Yes.
Teachers can't touch them.
Society and the laws are taking away.
Yeah, teachers can't touch them. Mama jump on a cop before she jump on your ass.
Yeah.
Right?
When you wrong.
But it was a time when your mama, back then, where the teacher can call your mama come up there and whoop your ass.
Hell, the teacher whooped your ass before you
can't.
Most of the time. And then called your mama after she whooped your ass.
But you can't do that now.
Because
you can't come up there. You can't.
No, you can't.
Nowadays, you can't do that. Back then, and then you do. If your parents is coming up to the school, you finna get your ass whooped.
So
mom, dad, what up? Right?
We know what that goes back to. It goes back to society. It goes back to the laws. It goes back to. Truthfully, all this stems from politics because I got my ass whooped. It was never child abuse.
Nope.
But now it's child abuse. Now you have these younger sets of parents, and I'm gonna say younger sets of parents because all of us here, we not finna go up there and snap off on the teacher first. We're gonna check our motherfucking child, then we're gonna check the teacher. Unless the teacher did something bogusly wrong to our kid, then we're gonna check her out the door.
But you never do it in front of the child.
Exactly. But their reason, once again, it's my job. The reason is because there were actually kids being abused when we were growing up. Just because it was okay to whoop your kids, there were actually some kids getting fucked up.
And we didn't know. That's true. That's just like domestic violence. We didn't know what was back then.
And we were taught, don't speak against adults.
Exactly.
Right?
No, you were also taught, don't go on telling shit
kid that was being molested.
Yeah.
True.
And couldn't speak because it was against an adult.
Oh.
You couldn't say, Uncle so-and-so is touching me.
Right.
Right? Remember, we couldn't even call our teacher a lie. Lie should be a bad word. Was that a bad word?
Yeah.
I still don't say lie in front of my parents. Right. You come on, Tony.
I'm not saying that.
I want to look right in the camera off what Damani said about being abused.
Tell your mom what
Margie Ann, them extension cords, stealing off on us.
Them
Was
statues.
abuse.
What about those switches? Braid it up.
Oh.
No, she didn't do that. She put the rings on.
What about the
You didn't get the switches off
What about the cord? What about the cord from the
The
house?
extension cord that I thought was plugged up.
Switches off the tree, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we ain't do
It's
that. We ain't
fixed.
handle that.
Your hand on that?
But that goes back
You got
to
that?
what Pat said. It starts in the house because, like Jaton made a comment, like, don't say what goes in my house, don't take it outside. But what about the ones who's getting molested? That's not saying nothing what they saying. Oh, my mother said, my father said, don't say nothing going out the house. They probably scared. And then you have all these adults. They have kids that age. You got grandparents that's 30 years old. So
Right. That's
was
it starts in the house.
right.
Because I cannot understand why half of these kids, especially 5-year-olds, got iPhones. That's my rate. Retarded.
No,
Why the fuck do they got iPhones?
No,
I agree with that.
Well, it goes back to my biggest saying, and in past Humidor Shop, they've argued with me, but to me the second worst thing that ever happened, and I'm gonna say African Americans next to slavery, was crack. And it all goes back to that.
Crack
When,
babies.
when crack hit the neighborhood, it took mamas and daddies out of homes. It
Agreed.
took authorities out of homes. It ruined neighborhoods. It did it all. So, and now you got these crack babies that's having babies.
Having to raise themselves.
Right, and then all that. I have a sister-in-law who teaches in the public school system.
Bless her heart.
And she tells me a lot of them kids come to school just to eat.
Yeah.
Just to eat.
That's why schools don't close.
They can't learn because their
public schools
home is just unbalanced.
And they starve on the
You know,
weekend.
so and then we blame everybody except the actual point. We say the police not doing their job, whatever, parents not doing their jobs, whatever. But it goes back to that, and that's just my opinion. Crack ruined the black community.
All right, y'all. That was a great segment. Raise your glasses.
Mine empty.
Mine too.
Okay, next time get some in it. All right, we're gonna keep it going because we are live and we about to jump into it. Venus versus Mars. Oh.
Something to do. Go ahead, this little kickback.
It's that Friday night thing. Chillin' with my girls in my new J. Feeling good, but ain't looking for a new babe. Head down to Taylor Lobs, cause I'm up the street. Real talk, no lie. Feeling in my zone, that's the good vibe.